Hi, I'm Danielle Edwards and welcome back. This is video number 8 in my 10 video series, What Does a Listing Agent Do? This is the fun part, tracking that appraisal and loan. So it feels like you're walking on eggshells, waiting for that appraiser to finally come out and waiting for it to come in. The appraisal is done with a third party. So it's not like your listing agent or even your lender can call him directly to say, hey, where are you? When are you coming out? This is all because of the big mortgage collapse, all that shady stuff going on with appraisals. So now it's a third party that handles it. Your job as a listing agent is to provide the appraiser with as much information as possible without overstepping the lines. So anything that makes that home unique or special or upgrades, you want to make sure you get that information to him either by meeting him there or leaving it for him on the counter. Then we always want to check up on the loan, reach out to the lender, make sure things are going smooth. Is there anything we can do to help? And really follow up, follow up, follow up. We're going to move right into video number 9. Are you ready? Video number 9 is moving towards closing and fire drills. It never ceases to amaze me how everything can be going so smooth and then at the last minute some crazy fire drill happens. Just wait for it, anticipate it, and then you'll know it's all about the process. So when you're getting ready for closing, we're going to get with our seller to make sure all the repairs have been done. We're going to need to get copies of all those invoices, and we're going to want to get those invoices then to the buyer. We're also going to want to know when the buyer is scheduling their final walkthrough. This is really important to make sure there wasn't any random roof leaks, toilet floods, and that the repairs were done appropriately. The buyer has the right to have the inspector come back out to make sure any repairs that were done have been done correctly. You also want to make sure your seller and you know where you're going for closing. A lot of law firms might have more than one location, which can be a little frustrating. So you want to make sure you're going to the right location and confirm the time. You want to make sure your seller knows to bring their driver's license and has their wiring instructions with them on a sheet of paper where they would like their proceeds sent. If for some reason your client is doing a back-to-back closing, that's another part that you're going to have to manage and figure that out to make sure the monies are going from point A to point B. Given that there's a lot of wire fraud, it's really important that you do as much of this as you can, probably over the phone, and not putting things like this in writing. Towards the end, you're going to get your final CD from the attorney, and this is where you verify that everything's correct and you go over it with your client. It's also important you advise your seller that they should have the house cleaned. It doesn't necessarily need to be professionally cleaned, but that's always a nice gesture, especially if it was a smooth transaction. I always tell people, leave the house how you would like to have it be found. As a listing agent, I also like to try to go to the walkthrough before the buyers get there, just to make sure everything looks good. There's nothing worse than finding out 2 hours before closing, there's something crazy going on that you need to fix. So then we're done. We upload the file to our interoffice software, we change it to close in the MLS, and then we're just going to really quickly touch on step number 10. Here we are, the final step, step 10, is the follow-up after the closing. It's really important that hopefully your agent reaches out to you after closing, just make sure everything went smooth, to make sure there's no issues, and hopefully they're very happy in their new home wherever they ended up going. So if you have any questions about what a listing agent does, why you need a listing agent, if you'd like me to be your listing agent, or if you want help finding a spectacular agent wherever you might be, I can use my REMAX network to do that, and I can really try to find someone to match your needs and your desires. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I know I've had a lot of fun doing it. Oh, and the most important part is commission. Commission always comes up, and commission can be negotiable. Again, it depends on your area, your agent, but ask your accountant. Commission most of the times can be a tax write-off. So if you've enjoyed watching this, please do me a favor, subscribe to my channel, share it with a friend, comment below, like it. It really helps more people like you watch this information and hopefully learn something.